Hi everybody, it's Cookie Lou in Arizona. I'm just here briefly because I wanted to share something with you. Um, I'm not going to go into too much about this because it's better for you just to follow what I'm going to suggest you do and kind of come to your own conclusions about this. I've been looking at YouTube videos the last couple of days, pretty much saturating myself with one particular guy called Butter Bob Briggs. Butter Bob Briggs is a fellow in Texas that lost about 150 pounds on a high-fat diet, kind of like a keto genetic / Atkins type program. He wears a T-shirt that says "Butter makes your pants fall off," and he swears, that all these things that we've heard all our lives. From diet experts that everything has to be low fat, no sugar, no carbs, low fat cheese, low fat milk, low fat this, don't eat meat, don't eat fat, no butter, no this, no that. He says it's all wrong, and he says I as soon as if you would just listen to what I have to say, know that it worked for me and it worked for thousands of other people. He says it'll just change your life. You won't have to be fighting the battle of the bulge anymore. You won't have to be worried that no matter what you do, you can't lose your weight. He says, this works. Just trust me when I tell you it works. So, I'm listening. I says, okay. I kind of tried the ketone diet a while back, and it looked like I was on the way to getting to where I needed to be, in ketosis mode. And then I made a mistake. I think I didn't know what it was, and then I realized I had cooked something, and I used some mango habanero sauce in my shrimp to kind of just jazz up the coconut oil and butter flavoring. And then I ate a few shrimp, and I went completely out of ketosis. And what the heck? I mean, I wasn't even in ketosis yet, but I was on my way towards it. And I had been on the program about 2 weeks. I lost about 6 or 7 pounds. And then when I started doing stuff with my back and with my injections and stuff, and I just kind of fell out of place with that. So once I came across Butter Bob, I kind of said, oh, okay, yeah, I think I might try that again. Even though I have the appointment with Dr. Blackstone, weight loss surgery, for a possible revision on my VSG to try to see if I can lose the rest of my weight. I have about a good 6 weeks. I think I'm going to try this method and see what happens. Give myself these 6 weeks that before I see her, maybe I might have found the key to actually losing the weight and won't need revision surgery. Butter Bob also mentioned a Dr. Jason Fung, F-U-N-G. He's a young doctor from Canada. And he's been working, he's a kidney specialist, and he does work with, he did a lot of research about diabetes and about obesity, which are linked to each other. And he also is a fan of this high-fat eating program, and explains why in his videos. It's all about insulin resistance and how the body works. I mean, it's a lot of chemistry there, and it's not really complicated or confusing if you really listen to what he's saying. But check out Dr. Jason Fung, F-U-N-G. And he talks about, and so does Butter Bob, about the intermittent fasting, which actually stems back to way hundreds of years ago when the ancestors used to have to hunt for their food. They weren't eating every 5 minutes like we were. They weren't eating foods and breads and whatever with tons of sugar. They barely had the money to buy sugar unless it was Christmas. They would buy a little sack of sugar so their wife could make a cake, and they'd go to the mercantile and buy 2 peppermint sticks for their kids. That was their Christmas present. And that was the sugar they had all year. Basically, it was hunting for the turkey. If you were lucky, you shot one, and you ate. In between that, and you cooked it and you ate. In between that, you didn't eat very much. It was a lot of fasting going on. And that's why there wasn't a whole lot of obesity then. Everybody was in the field plowing or shooting a turkey or doing what they needed to do, and they weren't suffering with obesity and a lot of the sicknesses. If anything, they died young because they overworked themselves, you know. But needless to say, this is today's world, and we have to do the best we can to fight what society is doing to us. The food manufacturers, the fast food restaurants, the regular restaurants, you know, and how they cook, and the fats, not so much the fats, but the sugars and the high salts that they put in the food that we go to the grocery store and buy and eat. It's not good for us. We all know that. But so anyway, my message today is check out Butter Bob, check out Dr. Jason Fung. He did write a book on the subject. This is it. I went to buy it today. I like what he had to say so much that I bought the book today. It's the Obesity Code, Unlocking the Secrets of Weight Loss. And it says there, everything you believed about how to lose weight is wrong. And he makes sense. He does make sense. So I tried it. I did a little intermediate. I started my IF, my intermediate fasting today. I fasted for 17 hours before I decided to eat. Most of that time I was sleeping, you know. I stopped eating last night at 8 o'clock. I got up this morning at about 6 o'clock. I got on the YouTube here. I drank a big 20-ounce thing of water, had a little tea, drank more water, ran out and bought the book, came back about 10 to 1, was pretty hungry. It had been 17 hours total fasting time. I said, okay, I'm going to have some lunch. So I made some turkey chili the night before, and I had 1 scoop of the turkey chili. And it was very filling. It was delicious because I was really ready to eat at that point. It wasn't like my 5th meal of the day. It was my first. And I was very satisfying. I was very full. And then about, about 4 o'clock, about 3.5 hours later, I could use a little snack. So I had a wedge of cheese, about 2 ounces of 100% Tillamook cheddar cheese, which is what I always buy, and a handful of almonds, and another glass of water, another 20 ounces of water. And that was fine. Now I can eat again until pretty much all I want. It's not about how many calories you eat, it's when you eat them. As long as you stay away from the 3 demons, obesity demons, which is number 1, sugar. Number 2 is the complex carbohydrates and the wheat, starches, potatoes, stuff like that. So anyway, check out those guys. Butter Bob Briggs, Dr. Jason Fung. Buy the book. Don't buy the book. Actually, check out his videos first if you feel that it makes sense to you, and go out and get the book. Or not. Take a lot of notes. Give it a try. So long, everybody. Have a great day.